Vigan's historical city. Vigan is Asia's best preserved example of a planned Spanish colonial town, having been founded in the 16th century. Its architecture shows the fusion of cultural aspects from across the Philippines, China, and Europe, resulting in a culture and townscape unique to East and Southeast Asia. Vigan is located in the province of Ilocos Sur, Philippine archipelago in the Abe River's river delta, along the northern coast of the main island of Luzon.
Vigan is a famous place for its well-preserved Spanish colonial town, historical vegan tourist spots, and delicious food and delicacies. Because of its charm, it has been inscribed as one of the UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Here are the places where you can visit in Vigan: Calay Crisoloco, Pantay Church Bell Tower, and Vigan Mansions and Museums.
This is Pantay Church Bell Tower. One of Vigan's most iconic symbols is the Pantay Tower. First built in 1951, it served as the town watchtower before being turned into a bell tower by the nearby church in 1867. Before you enter, make sure you are registered. The bell tower is an old structure and still has a number of bells on the upper floors, some of them in the windows and one in the middle next to the stairs. Be prepared to climb the stairs to the first level steps, reasonably wide, and then a narrow staircase. Walking up to the upper level, good 360-degree view of the city. The Siquia Mansion is an excellent example of bahay na bato architecture, popular in the late Spanish colonial period. The usual building consisted of a stone or brick and mortar ground floor with wood upper stories. It was erected in 1830 by the Ang Po family and remodeled over time. In Calay Crisologo, this is where you see the famous cobblestone streets that represent Vigan's image. Here's what to do in Calay Crisologo. Take a history tour, shop, food trip, ride their kalesa, and take a lot of photos.
Vigan City, only a few municipal and city council have codified books of general ordinances for implementation, and the city of Vigan can proudly say that it is finally one of them. The City Council of Vigan, presided by Vice Mayor Lourdes Baquiran, finally approved the enactment of the General Code of Ordinance, Book Ordinance Number 20, Series of 2014, which was authored by two dynamic legislators, Councilor Ramil ARC and Councilor Francisco O. Ranches III. The Code of General Ordinance, which was introduced last August 2013, took almost a year to approve as the members of the 5th City Council studied and reviewed each section to consider the necessary updates and amendments that were needed. On June 9, 2014, that said code was finally enacted. The Code of General Ordinances is considered one of the milestones of the 5th City Council, as the codification of the ordinance is the only lacking code of the city.
Ang unang ordinansa na tatalakayin ay ang the Plastic Bag and Polystyrene Foam Packaging Ordinance of the City of Vigan, whereas the City of Vigan aims to reduce the use of plastic bags and polystyrene foam as packaging materials. It says that no business establishments shall be allowed to utilize, sell, and or distribute conventional plastic bags as packaging materials of their product to their consumers. By reducing plastic bags, we can take one positive step toward improving our care of the environment. The main purpose seems to be convenience, but people can retrain themselves to carry reusable bags when they shop. Any business who violate any of the prohibited acts shall be punished through the imposition of the following penalties. First offense, a fine of 500 pesos. Second offense, a fine of 1,000 pesos. Third offense, a fine of 2,500 pesos and or imprisonment of not more than 6 months upon the discretion of the court and in the case. We need to use plastics responsibly as far as recycling, preventing their consumption, preventing their hazardous effects ecologically. This ordinance may fall at Global Code of Ethics for Tourism, Article 3.
Plastic bags and polystyrene foam packaging, popularly known as styrofoam or styrofoam, being non-biodegradable materials and profusely used for packaging materials in the city of Vigan. It clogged our canals, creeks, rivers, and other waterways, and during rainy season, it ended up in cities' rivers, causing harm to other surrounding communities. That is why polystyrene foam packaging ordinance of the city of Vigan implemented to reduce the use of plastic bags and polystyrene foam. It shall be the responsibility of customers to use reusable bags for secondary packaging of goods they purchase. They are encouraged to bring with them reusable bags, biodegradable plastic bags, or used plastic bags in going to the market, department store, malls, and other business establishments to carry or transport the goods they purchase. Collected waste were segregated at the recovery site. Utilization of waste includes production of organic fertilizer from compostable waste. Collected plastic containers were processed into plastic tables or monoblocks. Cellophane were used as a cotton substitute for pillows, used as material for making souvenir items, while paper waste were converted into paper pulp, which can use as cooking fuel.
Ordinance number 1 series of 2012, Ordinance banning marine mining in Vigan, whereas the foregoing reasons highlight the need to completely prohibited the further mining operations in Vigan's coastal area in order to prevent further erosion of our shoreline and to send a strong message to the concerned government agencies and mining corporations that the people of Vigan City do not want mining in our communities. Ordinance number 2 series of 2013 Plastics Ordinance. Dito naman yung City of Vigan intends to gradually reduce the use of plastic bags in yung mga form as packaging materials in the first year of implementation, progressing toward total elimination in subsequent years of implementation. Katulad na una, ang foregoing reasons is to highlight the need to completely prohibited further mining operations in the coastal area of Vigan in order to mitigate further erosion of our shoreline. Lastly, the Ordinance number 9 series of 2008, which is the regulating of the sale of any fish, species, and marine products at Vigan public market. While the fish species and other marine products got through illegal means such as dynamite, fishing, poisoning, and so on are sold indiscriminately in the public market for profit, consumption by humans, and illegal caught fish and marine products pose a significant risk to the consumer's health.
An ordinance prohibiting the act of being topless or not wearing shirts in public places within the territorial jurisdiction of the city of Vigan. The city of Vigan has become a major tourist destination in the Philippines with its culture and heritage. It is hereby fitting for all persons, be it local or foreign, to give courtesy and be in proper decorum where its tourists commonly visit. Section 3 Definition of Terms. Letter A. Territorial jurisdiction of Vigan City shall refer to all the 39 barangays of Vigan. Letter B. Topless or hair shirt shall refer to the act of going bare-breasted or without any clothing covering the torso. Section 4. Any person shall be prohibited to be topless or not wearing any shirt within the public roads and the places within territorial jurisdiction of the city of Vigan. Section 458 of Republic Act No. 7160 or the Local Government Code of 1991 states that the Sangguniang Panlusod have the power to promote public order through the providing penalties for the activities critical to the welfare and moral of the inhabitants. Now therefore, be it ordained by the Sangguniang Panlusod of Vigan to enact Section 1, this ordinance shall be known as No T-shirt Ordinance of the City of Vigan. Section 2, the ordinance shall be applicable to all persons within the territorial jurisdiction of the city of Vigan.
Section 5 Exemption. A. Breastfeeding mothers. B. In cases of medical emergency. C. Persons who are inside private premises. D. Activities and events with special permits issued by the city of government. Page 2 Ordinance prohibiting the act of being topless or not wearing shirts in public places within the territorial jurisdiction of the city of Vigan. E. Of course, indigenous people wearing their ethnic clothes. F. Public swimming pools, beaches, and rivers. the Office of the Public Safety Division and the barangay official shall be responsible in the effective implementation of the provision of this ordinance. Section 7 Penalty Clause for violation of any of the provision of this ordinance. First offense, 200 pesos. Second offense is 500 pesos. Third offense, 1,000 pesos. The declaration of unconstitutionality of any provisions of this ordinance shall not invalidate this entire legislative measure. Section 9. Repealing clause. All ordinances, rules, and regulations or parts thereof in conflict with this ordinance are hereby repealed and modified accordingly. Section 10. Effectivity. This ordinance shall take effect upon its approval and publication in newspaper of local circulation.
Ordinance Number 8 Series of 2013, an ordinance reinforcing the operation of Kalesa in the city of Vigan. Section 1 titled, The Ordinance shall be known as an ordinance reinforcing the operation of Kalesa in the city of Vigan. Section 2 is the objectives. Kalesa has been one of the tangible heritages in Vigan and considered as a tourist attraction in the city. As a UNESCO World Heritage Site, the city government is committed to preserve and conserve its rich heritage. Thus, it focuses in crafting ways and creating proactive programs to improve the operation and regulation of Kalesa in the only World Heritage City in the Philippines.
Section 3. Rules and Regulations. Issuance of Mayor's Permit. All horse-drawn utility vehicles or kalesas for hire and cocheros playing the streets of Vigan City must secure a mayor's permit. There shall be collected an annual fee for its issuance in the amount of sticker for 40 pesos, mayor's permit for 100 pesos, registration for 50 pesos, garbage for 200 pesos, sanitary inspection of kalesas 50 pesos, and seminar fee for 50 pesos. An additional surcharge of 25% of the total mayor's permit shall be collected for failure to secure a mayor's permit on the prescribed period. A permanent kalesa plate shall be issued at the expense of the operator. Operators shall post a laminated photocopy of the mayor's permit issued in its original size in a conspicuous place, back of the front panel of the kalesa. Issuance of Vigan Cochero License. All cocheros or operators must secure a valid cochero license to be issued by the office of the city mayor. The requirements: 1. Must be 18 years of age. 2. Must secure a medical certificate issued by the city health office. 3. Must pass a regular cochero license test on traffic regulations and tourist destinations administered by the Public Safety Office of the City of Vigan. 4. The Vigan Cochero license shall be valid for a period of 1 year, renewable upon expiration. And the last one, 5th, the fee for the issuance of a cochero license shall be 100 pesos annually.
Cochero must wear white camisa de chino with the Locano abel scarf, long pants, and footwear except rubber slippers. Cochero must at all times observe proper decorum like courtesy, helpfulness, honesty, and friendliness. Operators of horse-drawn carried from funeral homes, hotels, and other institutions that will be used as utility vehicle within the city of Vigan must also secure a mayor's permit and a cochero license for its operation.
The ordinance is known as an ordinance setting guidelines in the naming and renaming of public streets, buildings, or public places in the city of Vigan. In the naming or renaming of public streets, structures, and other public places, the City Council shall consult the National Historical Institute and the Vigan Conservation Council. According to the ordinance, no public streets or places can be renamed if the original name was created by an act of Congress or by a proclamation of the Philippine President. Number 2. No public street, structure, or public place shall be named in honor of a living person. Number 3. No public street, structures, and other public places shall be renamed if its present name has attained a degree of historical association and developed an importance of its own. And last one, number 4. No public place shall be named or renamed when questionable property might arise from the said act. The name of street, structures, and other public places prior to the approval of its ordinance shall be retained unless changed by the Sangguniang Panglungsod. The policy of the city government of Vigan is to protect and preserve its historical and cultural importance as one of the historic cities in the Philippines.
Preservation and conservation of heritage houses. Vigan City, through the World Heritage Convention, was able to organize and empower the local community to become primary stakeholders and keepers of the tangible and intangible cultural heritage. The sustainability of Vigan's conservation management lies in its ability to engage the local stakeholders, the owners of the heritage houses, teaching institutions, artists and craftsmen, and business owners to instill the value of the heritage, which stems from being the primary trading post in Northern Philippines during the Spanish era. Throughout the decades, the local government has maintained its focal position in engaging all stakeholders and leading development through heritage conservation-based policies. This strategy may be useful for other sites as Vigan has proven that empowering the community and the local stakeholders is key on ensuring that they are committed in conserving heritage as they are its primary guardians. The development of heritage-based tourism and the empowerment of local artisans and craftsmen have been likewise key in ensuring a self-sustaining city, where revenue is generated for the private individuals to fund the maintenance of historic buildings and for the city, to ensure that the machineries to monitor conservation and sustainably develop the site are in place.
CALESA specifications and requirements. All horse-drawn utility vehicles must install road safety devices such as 1. 2x4 reflectorized red stickers on all sides, CALESA lantern or lamp to be placed in front of CALESA. Number 2. All horses for CALESA must undergo physical checkup every 6 months to be conducted by a licensed veterinarian. Medical certificate of the horse shall be issued accordingly by the City Veterinarian Office. Results of examination shall be submitted to the Committee on Public Safety and Public Utilities. Number 3. CALESA for hire must undergo inspection of its roadworthiness by the Public Safety Officer of the city government. 4. A CALESA for hire must have a separate rope for securing the wheels while in parking. Section 6. The penalty clause. Violation of any section of this ordinance shall be punishable as follows. First offense, a fine of 200 pesos. Second offense, suspension for 1 month of mayor's permit. And last but not the least, the third offense, cancellation of the mayor's permit and cochera license.